What is going on, everybody? It's Anthony here, 6 Kill Mafia. This was supposed to be Mafia in the morning, but it didn't work out quite the way I planned. So we're doing some evening stuff now here. So anyway, welcome everybody. We'll have a few more probably coming in, but I have Lael here, 16 Kill man as well. What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
It's it's going, man. It's quite the that episode, man.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
Okay, I need to talk about this.
Yeah.
Look at Bob Dylan here. Finally, I know. I had it up early in the morning, and like I said, it was like, hey, what is up, Local Lou? I was just like, yo, I'll get it going. I know, Mario. Mario, can you make it? Are you still at work? Please let me know. Anyway, Lou, are you able to? You there, Lou?
I'm here.
Okay, we can hear you. Very quiet though.
You want me to talk like this?
There you go. There you go, my friend. There
whisper.
you go. There you go.
So I can make you focus.
Focus, my
ain't
friend.
here.
Focus. So there you go. Now you sound a lot better.
But hold on. My brother Leo looking chilling like he just came from Hawaii or something. Look, he just chilling up there.
I wish, bro. I wish. You know what was crazy? It was cold in LA.
No.
Like chilly?
It was chilly. It was really chilly. Like, it was, I think the highest it had gotten up to like, I think it was during the day, it got up to 80 a couple times, but then at night it dropped all the way down to like 68 or 70. Like, it was cold. It was chilly. Like, it was really, really chilly. Like, we, for the first day we got there, we tried to go to the pool.
No.
We had planned on going to the beach, but you couldn't. Like, it wasn't cold. It wasn't warm enough to go. So yeah, it was crazy, but I had a great time. Like, it was.
It
really
looked like you guys had a great time.
Yeah, man. Over there flexing.
Yeah.
Taking all the nice shots, brother. Love it.
It's like 105, 106 here right now.
Yeah.
It sucks.
It's
not even the hottest yet.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 115 next week, all the way till like Halloween.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah, dude. It sucks here.
Damn.
So, but that's unfortunate, man, because that's happened to me, man, on weird times. Anytime I've gone to California, it's cold.
Yeah.
For me, like that's what I'm saying. It was weird. Like I've gone, I'll be like, oh, we went on a trip, and I'm like, God damn, it's cold. I want to go to the beach or something, and you're like, no, I ain't even messing with that water.
Yeah, it was cold, bro. It was. I mean, it was crazy because we went to Disney after dark. Actually, no. So the first day we got there, we went to Disney that Tuesday. Hung out with Mario, Eddie. She was there.
Nice.
Sean showed up. It was a couple of us there, bro. We had a good time. And that, during the evening, it got chilly. I had a sweatshirt and shorts on, so I was cool. But Toya, she was cold. She had, cold. She got cold. So we dipped out. We didn't stay the entire time. All of us, I think, got ourselves ready to dip, which was cool. But we had a good time nonetheless, bro. It was a great turnout. Is that rain, bro?
That was thunder. It's a
what
storm
the hell
outside, baby.
We were supposed to get it here, but we haven't gotten it here yet. So,
oh man,
shit.
Yeah, that was lightning just now, baby. That
I heard it.
I
just heard that, bro. Damn.
See, that's the other thing we don't get here.
Rain.
That's very rare. And then we have this crazy monsoon season where it's like crazy massive winds, almost like a hurricane or something, and then the downpours for like a day, and then it's just dead for months.
I got you.
It sucks, man. It sucks. So let me pull this up, man. Oh man, I'm in Phoenix, man. It is hot here, man.
Ooh,
everything
I got some news for you guys.
Oh yeah.
You want to hear some? You want to hear some news? On Geeking Out stream, everybody was talking about the blue screen for the deluxe 501st, right? And I got the last one.
Nice,
So,
man. So you got one coming.
I got one coming. So I'm in it. That's another rabbit hole. Damn.
It's a good rabbit hole to be in.
That's what she said.
But what's up with all the Spider-Mans?
Well,
we're talking Star Wars.
Of course, we're talking Star Wars, but I don't have any yet.
Bro.
Okay.
In here,
Bro.
So I remember I got 3 Star Wars this week.
Not yet, though.
One's coming soon, but not yet. So
right.
One's coming soon though. It's a deluxe 501st. So that I'm happy with.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, let me click this. I have taken the liberty, as Lou knows, Lil, I know you haven't seen what I did last time, but I basically took some screenshots.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just let them roll, man. Starting from the beginning, kind of talk about this. Bro, like, this beginning to me really showed how much issues Obi-Wan's having. You know what I mean? Hearing Yoda talk and everybody's talking, he's like having these, you know what I mean, his memories of failure and like seeing, I don't know, seeing him like this. I feel like it's believable.
Yeah.
In my head, like where I talked about this before too, where I was like, you know, I feel like he's really having a hard time, and I believe this more so than like seeing Luke in the sequels.
Yeah.
You know, like that wasn't believable to me. I feel like this is he's nailing it right now, showing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
So I called it. Didn't I call it last time we spoke about episode 1 and 2?
Which part? I'm sorry.
When I say episode 1 and 2 of Obi-Wan, that the third sister was in conversations with Vader. That's how.
Yeah, we've been definitely.
Oh yeah.
Like,
definitely.
That was the only logical solution. You know what I mean? That made sense at that point. Now, it's just they're going to have to really explain it though going forward, because that is retconning, and if they're saying that he's dead, that's a retcon. So, yeah. That's definitely going to have to be explained.
That's what I'm wondering too, man. I suspect it. I mean, to me, it was obvious that like she was one of the younglings in the first episode.
Oh yeah,
first,
definitely was.
And
yeah,
a lot of Inquisitors are that as well, right? They're changed Jedi, transferred over essentially. How this all transpires, I don't know. We have a few more episodes to see.
I want that droid.
And here's the thing though, because it's people with, especially with Inquisitors, bro, there's an imbalance because they're not fully fleshed Sith Lords at all. They're Inquisitors. They're basically, in training. And on top of that, there's a lot of divisiveness within the ranks, where they're basically striving and fighting for rank.
Yeah, there was a lot of that belligerent infighting with each other there, I saw.
And you see that, and you see basically how everything is strategically planned the way it has been. So I'm looking at it like they're between her and Sung Kang, they're basically playing the roles exactly the way they're supposed to. You know what I mean? Like the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to like them. You're really not. But I think that it's going to get fleshed out in the end. But I love the portrayal so far. I love what I'm seeing. I love the introduction of Vader, of course. Hayden Christensen is doing a bang up job. There's one particular scene that I loved amongst everything else.
I think I know which one.
Even before we got to the altercation between him and Vader, there was one particular scene that I loved so much. Because it showed that inner conflict, and it showed that he's being haunted. You know what I mean? You probably might come up on it.
You know what? I'm not, because I missed the damn screenshot and I was going to clip it again. And you're talking about where you see Anakin like he's having that vision of him in the desert.
Yo, that was haunting, bro.
Yeah.
That was terrifying. That was haunting, and I loved it. I love the way he saw Anakin looking at him. I love this little girl, bro. I love her portrayal of Leia.
Me too.
I do. She's doing a bang up job, bro, as Leia, and she's only like 6 or 7 years old, and she's doing a bang up job, bro. That little girl is awesome. Like, I love her,
I'm starting
bro.
to really I'm starting to like her too. But real quick, Bob Dylan, man, thank you so much, dude. $5 super chat. It says Obi-Wan fears Anakin. He's angry with his failure. He hates what he has become. Thus, he suffers greatly from the shadow cast by the dark side.
Yep.
It's very true. I think so, man. Dude, it's chills, right? Beskar Kid. I mean, that was like, seeing him in the desert like that. There's so much here. This will probably loop and loop and loop. But dude, we're getting these stormtroopers.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we're talking Hot Toys too. I mean, those guys had a lot of time on screen. You know what I mean? Conversations. Dude, I really like the way they look. Man.
They're like a brush, almost a brush between. You know, they're almost like Remnant, but they're just a brush between.
Yeah, almost. But I think
it's just. Yeah, they're just, you know, again, weathered. We'll just say they're just weathered. That's all.
Yeah.
They look like they've been in the mining cave doing some work.
Yeah. No, they're definitely weathered. They look good though. I like this. I like how we're getting. I don't even remember. You know, I watched it last night. Me and Mandalorian Huntress, we watched it together, and I was like, "What planet?" Indeed. But I was like, what planet is this? I forget. Because we keep going to different planets. This isn't Tatooine. I forgot what this place was called. But I like the fact that we're moving around.
It's Mappa something. Starts with a map.
It was something. Yeah.
Maposa?
Something. I forget the name because they threw it out there.
Know in chat. I don't know.
Yeah. It was Mapos, something like that.
Something, Mapuo, or I don't.
Mapuso.
Is that what it was?
Mapuso, right? I think it's Mapuso.
I forget the name.
Okay.
Mapuso.
Well, either way, it's neat that it's another. You know what I mean? We keep kind of moving around and stuff. Really loved it. Look, we got the droid. That was badass. I love
that scene, man. That scene was fire. He waited. He knew. He just.
Yeah, but look at this guy, the mole man, like total sympathizer with the Empire. You know, it's an interesting perspective, right? Because he was like, well, you know, there's a whatchamacallit. He's like, at least there's some order. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at least there's some order. There's no chaos. He's like, he likes a little bit of structure, right? And he can roll with the punches, but then again, you know. It benefits him. It's kind of like, think of it like unions. Some unions work in your behalf and some unions don't.
That's true.
So think of it like that. So, but yo, I want these Inquisitors, bro, as figures. And the hole just keeps getting deeper and deeper.
I know, man. Real quick, Mr. Holbrook, thank you so much, my man. $5 super chat. I says, chances we get a third sister and fifth brother from Hot Toys and an unmasked portrait of Anakin with Vader. You know,
well, it's interesting because at the sideshow booth there was a Obi-Wan Vader there, but it was clearly the Rogue One Vader. But it just, I don't know if that's going to be a stand-in piece for right now until they reveal, because there was not much. You know, and again, like right now, there hasn't been much in the release or reveal department for Obi-Wan. So it's going to be interesting to see if there's going to be any additional accessories. Now, this scene was incredible because we got that name drop. And that name drop is what I've wanted to hear. And I loved it. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who haven't seen it.
Oh no, we're this whole thing spoiling right now.
I mean, spoiler talk.
Or is this for animated stuff?
Bro, we got Quinlan Vos, bro.
Okay,
we got the name. We got the name Quinlan Vos dropped, bro. So if you drop that name, you got to give it to us. You have to give it to us. We have to see him sometime. It may not be in this show, but going towards the future, something's got to be dropped, bro. Quinlan Vos, you don't just throw that name around, bro. You don't just throw that name around. You don't throw that name around, bro. We're talking about Quinlan Vos. We're talking about his actual relationship with the size Ventress.
Ooh.
We don't throw that around for nothing.
See, I wonder if they'll bring her in.
They better
at some point.
They better.
And yes, if they drop a Reva,
yes.
If they drop a Reva, I will have it. Because I think it's an unpopular opinion, and I understand it. I love her character. I really love her character. In my opinion, again, it's all things subjective, and I respect everybody else, but I love her character. I love the character portrayal, because the thing is, I hold my judgment towards anything until the end of the season,
right.
And then I can go back and view everything as a whole. But I love her character.
A little better this episode. Like I said, I know, like with Carlos, it thinks the acting's kind of cringe, and I was like, I kind of felt that way the first couple. I feel like it's getting a little better. I don't think it's obviously it's not the actress, but I don't know if it's the portrayal. Where I'm like,
Here's my thing, bro. Because I hear this a lot. I really do hear this a lot, right? That the acting is kind of cringe. We said the same thing about the prequels. The acting is kind of cringe.
That's a fair point. I mean,
we said the same thing about Book of Boba Fett. The acting is kind of cringe. We've said that without really realizing how he wrote these films, what his original intent was, because it really wasn't us. Star Wars isn't for us to basically get a Martin Scorsese performance out of any of these characters, bro, because of the way it's written. It's definitely not written for us, our age range. It's written for kids. It always has been. With just like a few sprinkled terrifying moments in there, but it's written for kids, bro. It's not an overly saturated dialect going on in these films. So if we're talking about cringe, there were even moments in New Hope that was cringeworthy. There were moments that were in Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back that was cringeworthy. There's always those moments. So you just have to wait until the end and just ride it out. Like, you can't just write off a character just because. You know what I mean? So all moments were cringe. You can't just. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, when we say that, you have to judge every performance in every film, because yes, whenever we put it this way, remember how choppy Natalie Portman's performance was in Phantom Menace, and the stuff that she basically said. Her dialect in Phantom Menace was cringeworthy, but it wasn't taken away from the simple fact that the actress was amazing. So it's not the acting it's the writing for these shows.
Direction.
It's the direction that they were basically given. Yeah. So people have to understand that, man.
Anakin was pretty cringe too.
Yeah, they all
were.
I mean, they all were. They all were. The cringe, bro. It was cringe everywhere, straight up. It was really cringe, and that's to be expected with these particular films. We can't always look at it expecting to get a Martin Scorsese type of film where it's going to be nominated for an Academy Award and best film or best actor. Like, seriously, like, just, I mean, but again, I say that to also say all things subjective, and everyone has their right to view things and be opinionated. And that's the safe spot that we live in right now. The unsafe territory is that when we have an expectation build up, but because that expectation isn't met and we lash out in anger, then race gets involved. That's where
that's the bullshit.
That's the bullshit. Bullshit.
That's where it's the problem. You feel me?
Yeah, I wanted to say this in regards to the acting and stuff like that. It is direction. It is all direction. Like, the parkour could have been a whole lot better from the first episode, but it kind of gave me that prequel trilogy vibes of the way the jumping was and the way the acrobatics were, because it wasn't clean cut. But also, as this is written for kids, we, as our generation, we kind of are a little spoiled, and we want the things to grow with us. We want things to mature with us as we mature, and that's I couldn't have said it better, bro. You just what you just now said
makes perfectly good sense. As we mature, we expect things to mature. As we expect to see the same things that we've actually seen in the past and carry that with us. And when we don't get those moments, like for instance, and I'm gonna tell you this because I'm guilty of that as well. I'm gonna tell you why I'm guilty, because when I'm watching this, I'm not looking at it from the acting perspective. I'm looking at the cinematography. And when I look at the cinematography, it doesn't feel like a Star Wars film that I recognize. The acting is something totally different, but it just doesn't. But I had to learn that all things are progressive and it moves forward. You know, what did Yoda say basically in the Last Jedi? We are what they move beyond.
We are what. Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
They've moved beyond, like everything that we loved. They've gone beyond that now. There's a different era, a different realm, and we have to really honor that and respect it and just keep it moving. And on top of that, just wait till the season end. Maybe the way she's acting is going to make sense in the very end, but people wrote this character off before the show even started.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact that they people are saying, oh yeah, this is a clear bait and switch. But is it though? Because every hero needs a villain. We are assuming that Vader's the villain. Not necessarily, because the opposition is always who's the one doing the chasing.
Well,
who's chasing? Who's doing the hunting? Who's the one that has something to gain? You know what I mean? Vader got everything. The only thing he wants is a little taste for vengeance. You know what I mean? But her motives are different. What she wants and desires is different, but it doesn't explain her rage and emotion. And that's what I was saying last time we were together on the stream, that Vader knows who to use as a tool.
Oh yeah, he does.
And that go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Lou. I'll let you finish up.
No, I was going to say that specific woman is so in tune with her emotions and rage. He can manipulate that and use that as a straight edge weapon.
But that's been a manipulation from the very beginning. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. Vader has been manipulating Reva. He's been manipulating the entire, like all of the Inquisitors have been manipulated in a sense because Vader has an agenda. So why not basically fuel someone else's hatred? You align yourself with a person who has the same amount of hatred for a character as you do. And that's because she believes, and I firmly believe that she thinks that Obi-Wan, being who he is, and the rest of the Jedi left her behind.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I was like, I know this sounds weird, but clearly that's her in the beginning. Things happen. Order 66 goes down, and for some reason, I feel like she might be like resenting Obi-Wan for failing. Right, from protecting all of them, and then just gets subdued, you know, at that young age. Still has that angst, even though she's working for the very person that he was the cause of his Obi-Wan's failure. It's kind of, maybe I'm not explaining that right, but you know what I'm saying? It's weird.
Yeah,
it's almost like a Stockholm syndrome.
For her oppressor. She's working for her oppressor. That's what it is.
And can I address something real quick, Oliver Pilgrim? You bring up a very interesting point, and respectfully so. I get exactly what you're saying, because this has been something that they've been doing. But also listen to the simple fact, and even when I was at Celebration, listening to Dave Filoni and how he basically breaks down this, because Filoni is the second coming. When George is long gone, the keys to the kingdom has been handed to Dave Filoni, because he knows his ish, and he breaks it down to a science. All of these films, whether we choose to see it or not, it's driven by so many different things. There's a hero's journey, there's the fall from grace, and there is redemption, whether you choose that path or not. And that's what these stories have been about. There's an easy progression through, and this is how he explains it. So I know that people don't want to see it, and they say, well, this is how it's always been. That's the same way it was in Empire Strikes Back, from New Hope. I mean, in Star Wars, from New Hope all the way to, Return of the Jedi. But you have to understand that Vader, or Anakin's redemption story, started when he was a kid, his hero's journey, his fall from grace, and his return to grace at the same time. In my opinion, he was the one that brought balance in the very end. in Return of the Jedi, because he's the one who sacrificed himself for his son and for the greater good. That was his redemption story. So if we're following that journey, it's always been a redemption story in Star Wars. Nothing's changed. It's just the simple fact that we want to see, and I understand you want to see something different, but at the same time, the creator himself wrote these stories with the intent to see these things. That's how he sees it. That's his vision. So if it's a person's vision, who are we to really question that? And I challenge anybody out there sometimes that if you think that you can write a better story, if we want things to be written away, if you think that you can write a better story, write it, present that treatment to Lucasfilm and see if they can pick it up and see if they will. Because it's not as easy as people basically think. Especially me coming from a background, going to school for directing. You know what I mean? Bro, I went to school for not only just, music composition, music engineering. I was in theater, bro. I was in directing. I'm a theater student, and I know what it means to basically have to write. In each part, you have the first, second, and third act, and each act has to be, it has to be cohesive. You have to tell a story. There has to be character development. There has to be a reasoning for that character. Sometimes that reasoning is hidden into the very end. And sometimes it's because it's hidden in the margin. They don't want you to see those things yet. Right. They just want you to follow the journey. Some of these characters you're not going to like in the very beginning, but then you'll understand as it goes, oh, this is why. And you'll get a respect. You still may not like them, but there's a level of respect.
Yeah. I can see that, because that's what happens in a lot of shows. Like, you're like, oh man, I don't know about this, and then something flips, and then you're like, oh, yeah, maybe that makes sense. Carlos, my dude, real quick, $10 super chat, says prequels and Book of Boba Fett are cringe, hence why it's horrible. Her acting is over the top. It's okay to say she's not a good actress. Well, thank you for the super chat, Carlos. And I don't know.
If you've seen A Queen's Gambit, I beg to differ.
Yeah,
if you basically see, if you basically see The Tragedy of Macbeth, I beg to differ, because she's a phenomenal actress. She's phenomenal. So if we're basically saying that, then we have to say Sung Kang's acting is over the top. We have to also say Natalie Portman's acting in the films. The thing is, Star Wars makes these characters, and the actors have to portray the characters the way it's been given. We can't say that an actor or actress is horrible without really complimenting the bodies of work that they've already put out there before they got to this particular point.
I'm just gonna say one name: Ahsoka Tano.
Well, to be fair, I would be like, and this is my opinion. I'm trying to think of who, but like in the prequels, who I knew, a lot of people actor-wise didn't know, but like I feel like even Mace Windu was kind of cheesy a little bit in the prequels, right? And I know what I've seen Samuel Jackson in everything.
The role.
That's what I'm saying. So I know
his dialect was choppy. Some of the mannerisms were like, what? But that's the way the characters. Here's this thing, bro. It's like this. If you go to a musical, you see over the top, exaggerated acting or singing, or even over the top. If you go to a theater, there's over the top, because they have to basically work within the confines of a live performance, and their bodies, the way they project is the mannerisms speak louder than words. So a lot of that is, when we look at these films, it's just like, for instance, if you watch a kid's television show, a lot of shit is watered down so those kids can really understand.
Yep.
See, the thing is, again, our expectation is for something. We want a masterpiece, right? This is what we want. We want a masterpiece. This is what we expect. But at the same time, we aren't the ones that are creating this work. We can have an opinion about it.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. We can have an opinion, and I get that. But I'm not here, and I'm not willing to discredit a person's ability to perform, especially without really honoring and complimenting other bodies of work. So you mean to tell me that Natalie Portman is shitty without looking at her other performances? No, she's great. I see
what you mean.
She's great. Are you going to basically tell me that? Exactly. Are you going to basically tell me? Because to be quite honest, let's call a spade a spade. Are we going to basically say that what is his name? Adam Driver is shitty because of how he basically portrayed. He was over the top in a sense when he basically played Kylo Ren. He was extremely over the top, and in some ways he was a bit of whiny individual, but he was given that.
I fucking hated Kylo Ren, dude, in The Force Awakens, and then it's not that I didn't like the movies, to begin with anyway. I thought he was really cool basically until he took the helmet off, and then
but he was given
the trilogy. I was like, okay, Kylo's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but you had this kind of over the top whiny.
Exactly. As you watch, because even you started to see the progression. Even like, say for instance, we had Attack of the Clones. You saw Hayden Christensen for the first time. When people saw that, they hated dude. They was like, yo, he's just a whiny individual. All he doing is whining. That he was a teenager. He was still a teenager in that film, right? Then you see him in Revenge of the Sith. He's a bit more mature, but he's angry. Like he's a bit bitter, but still fear.
The rebellious.
That fear. Yes. And we start to see the range in him go from this part to that part, to being remorseful, to just being overtaken by evil and just saying, you know what, this is where I am, because he was confused. But the thing is, getting back to Adam Driver, if you see this man outside of Star Wars, he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
His body of work speaks for it. The work that he has done is phenomenal. It's just that when they come to Star Wars, it's going to be different. It's not going to be those performances that we think they should have.
Listen, with Star Wars, I think it's that no one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans. And no one loves Star Wars the way Star Wars fans love Star Wars.
Yes.
So it's a melting pot of mixed opinion, but we do love these characters. We do admit sometimes.
Sorry, Carlos. I love the sequels,
cheesy,
bro.
A little cheesy. Sequels, they're not for me, but I need to give it a rewatch just to give myself a feel. I've already seen them
sequels
once.
Or prequels?
Sequels.
Okay, the sequels. Sequels. I had to take things from.
Yeah, sequels. I need to give it a second look. I've only seen each film once, right? Prequels. I love prequels. Prequels is what got me into it. You know what I mean?
Let me give you my example here. Although I do want to talk about this fucking Vader and Obi-Wan. That shit was dope. But
it was dope. It was super dope.
Most notably, Book of Boba Fett. I didn't like Boba Fett, but Tamora Morrison's a cool actor. He's a good actor. But I felt he was kind of cheesy. His lines were kind of cringe to me, and I was like, "What the hell are they doing to Boba? And how is he?" You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know how to explain it. Star Wars has never been like the best acting and writing anyway. There's stuff like that we've come to enjoy. I remember, because dude, I was one of them, man. I remember seeing the prequels in the theater and I was like, what the hell did I just watch? What the hell is this? Like Jar Jar and all this stuff, and like it was weird, right? But it's they're fun stories though, and I think you guys are right. Like a lot of us want to have this amazing, well, at least for me, like I would love like a nice dark, more adult themed Star Wars. But at the same time, it's like we talk about this Vader here.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he was savage as fuck, man.
Yeah,
like,
he was.
Snapped that
and
kid's
he was
neck.
the Vader. Yeah, he was the Vader that we basically wanted to see. That we haven't seen. And the thing is, he's not done yet.
That's Vader.
I didn't even think Disney would do that shit.
Dude, it's not done yet. It's not done yet.
No, I just meant the fact right there when Vader was walking through that hall and he was just snapping that kid's neck and all that. I was like, damn, Disney going hard on this right here. Like,
yeah,
I didn't think they would do that shit. I was like, Vader's fucking savage, bro.
Well, here's the thing. Disney Plus has the whole like parental guidance stuff or whatever the case may be, which is a good thing, because here's the thing. Disney's been teetering with this aggressiveness, life and death situation for years. All their Disney characters come from tragic stories that aren't for the faint of heart. Cinderella, Snow White, all these come from dark stories. These are dark folk tales. Even Peter Pan, dark folk tales. And Star Wars is its own thing, but it still has dark elements into it. And let's just put it like this:
antagonist, protagonist, bro.
Exactly. Anakin killed all those Padawans, right? Why would they change him? Being the badass that he is, and ruin their cash cow? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean,
exactly.
They wouldn't.
He's the cash cow for Star Wars. He is. When you say Star Wars, there's three things that pop into mind, right? Automatically, three things that pop into mind: Vader, Luke, lightsabers. Those three things pop into mind. But I'm just saying, they pop into mind. If you say, boom, like, depending on the individual, you can't have Star Wars without Darth Vader. You can't have Star Wars without Luke Skywalker, right? The same thing. Right. You can't have it without Obi-Wan. You can't have it without Yoda. You know, you have all these characters that build it. But if you really think of it, you think in the Star Wars and you're talking to anyone, people will think, okay, lightsabers, Darth Vader, Luke.
Well, even right here, like what AJ said, man, that was cool too, man. When that trooper fell on the laser fence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Split in half. Oh,
I was like,
God.
Oh,
yeah.
Like it's yeah. I mean, I'm digging it right now. The first couple episodes were a little slow, but as like what you were saying, Lils, well, I look at it like, well, if it's 6 episodes, then the first 2 is like the first act. It's just setting up story, a little bit of character development, you know, some exposition for the audience that may or may not know what's going on. Now we're starting to get kind of to this meat and potatoes. I'm telling you, this Vader and Obi-Wan, like, I was like, again, we were talking, you know, me and Huntress last night. I was like, damn, Obi-Wan's like kind of being a bitch, man. He's running away scared. And I was like, but it made sense to me though. You know what I'm saying? It made sense to me. Like, he was like overwhelmed. This is the first time he's seeing Anakin, I guess, right? According to this now, this is the first time he sees him. First time he realizes he's still alive. He's terrified. He's like, oh shit. And kind of conflicted. Like, do I even have to attack him? Like, what the hell is like the shit that's going on with his mind? And like, dude, seeing Vader like that, I don't know.
And you know what? The dope part about that was, because even, you know, Ewan McGregor was talking about it. He was like, yo, I was terrified when I saw, you know, Vader on set. I was literally terrified. And this scene and these scenes that you basically see here, you get that, because I was terrified as a viewer. It was completely dark outside. This is a Vader we haven't seen out of an element, in an element like that before. You know what I mean? And to see this dark figure following you and just peering out at any given point with rage. And I mean, the most terrifying thing is when he said, now you will suffer. And the fire, bro,
that was
like,
the shit.
That right there was incredible, bro. But here's the thing, is like, yo, we're getting the Savage Vader, but these are the things that we need to, these are the moments. Like, we wanted these moments. To say that one other single character is overshadowing, no, because if anything, to be quite honest, the most screen time that we're actually getting is the character development between Obi-Wan and Leia. We're not really seeing too much of everything else. We're not really seeing too much. We see Reva every now and then. We see that. But the character development and some of the most beautiful moments that I'm actually seeing is when Obi-Wan, bro, one of the dopest, this little girl has a beautiful future, because when she sat there and said, you knew her, didn't you? And when she looked at him and said, are you really my father? And he looked at her and said, I wish that could have been the case.
Yeah. I know.
You know what I mean?
Like, oh,
it's a simple fact that he is looking at the child. He's looking at the seed of someone he respected. He respected both Anakin and he respected Padme. And you're seeing the consequence. So basically, you're seeing a beautiful tragedy. The beauty of a tragedy is the simple fact that these kids were born, and he has to witness it. So he's witnessing both generations, because then, in a sense, he was alive when both Anakin and Padme were kids. He watched them grow into adulthood. He watched both of them have a tragic ending because Anakin Skywalker really did die. Vader was born.
Oh, clearly.
You feel me?
And he said something like that, right?
Yeah,
He's like, this is what you made me or something.
Exactly. This is, I am what you, this is what you, exactly. So that's the thing. We're looking at this. Yo, I just really think that there's beautiful moments to be had and there's beautiful storytelling between certain characters. Not to focus on just one particular character, which pretty much everybody written off in the very beginning and never gave a chance to. You know what I mean? Like that's the crazy part. But I think that she's playing the part that she was given. Leia's playing the part that she was basically given. You know what I mean? Obi-Wan is displaying that that he put it this way. This in my opinion, this is the book that Rian Johnson should have been reading when he wrote Luke in that film in you know, The Last Jedi. Because now we see, and it's warranted, why Obi-Wan is the way he is right now. Why he's more of that hermit role. Why he basically denounced the Jedi. He's hot because he's dealing with his own failures.
Yep.
And we can understand that and appreciate it and say, you know what? I don't need to see the old Obi-Wan. This is the Obi-Wan we see now, and I understand it because we followed that journey. With Luke, we didn't get a chance to see shit in his past. We just it was just like, damn, this is the Luke that we get with zero explanation, just a short phase or flashback. So this is the book that Rian Johnson should have been reading, and this is the story. Yeah, exactly. But I love these moments between Leia and Obi-Wan. I really love that. Because
I didn't think I would, you know, because I didn't know, right? Like, we didn't know. None of us knew Leia was going to be here. And then upon seeing it kind of grow, it's kind of like what you were saying. It's showing, you know, like how Obi-Wan, we're like, oh, well, this makes sense. This is what has happened to him over the years, stuff that we didn't know. And now you kind of feel this, at least I certainly feel this way a bit now with this whole Leia and Obi-Wan dynamic where she's kind of, you see that she's kind of a little off the hinges, a little smart ass, this and this, and her relationship building with Obi-Wan. So when you watch like A New Hope, you're like, well, yeah, that's why she has that kind of attitude. You know, you're seeing her past, and
and you see what she's now. The only thing that they're going to have to really explain though is why Obi-Wan or Ben Kenobi. But then again, that's why I want to go back, and I'll be as watching it several times, and after a while, I want to wait till this season is over and go back because I haven't watched New Hope again. I'm not going to do it until this is done because I want to go back and see the exchange and everything that took place in New Hope. Because I mean, we already know it verbatim. We know it word for word, everything like that. But I'm trying to understand why there was a certain disconnect between Leia knowing who Obi-Wan was or knowing that much information about him. Like he's saying his name is Ben. Like he's Ben.
Because he's still hiding.
Obi-Wan, and he's still hiding. But I'm trying to figure out, and I'm hoping that kind of gets fleshed out a bit more.
Well, I think it's because he stated it. He's like, I'm not Obi-Wan, I am Ben. I am Ben.
But at the same time,
that's solidifying that this is his name. So she's gonna call him Ben eventually, and just stick to Ben, because she even says it in the little transport. Oh, this is my father, Ben. You know, da 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 da. You know, we're good and good and good, and then you know he slips up and says Leia, whatever. But I said this before. This is gonna be but not. I didn't say it with us. I said it on another stream that This is the recipe of Mandalorian. This is Mandalorian recipe right here. You have the nurturing, you have the protector, you have the getting from point A to point B, safety, and then you got always protecting yourself because someone's chasing you around. You know what I mean? So you have Moff Gideon for that, and here you got the Inquisitors and Vader. So, you know, you got the right pieces in the right recipe. It's just people are nitpicking little things here to pick it apart and not letting it flush out. And I think a lot of it has to do with the leaks that, you know, me and Anthony saw, and
I stayed completely away from them, and
yep,
I still know nothing about the leaks, and I love not knowing. I love not knowing.
And here's the thing. It's all about perspective. With the leak itself, it's not showing me what I think it actually is, unless they completely spoiled the last episode. Other than that, from what I'm seeing, I'm enjoying it because this episode is heavy in Obi-Wan. It's heavy in Obi-Wan, but also third sister, Reva's like holding herself down because she has her own oppositions, dealing with her own situation.
Well, and they all have their own motives too, right? Like the Inquisitors are kind of this.
Yep.
I figured there would be a little bit more order, but it sounds like they're
disorganized. They're very disorganized.
They literally stab you in the back to gain
position. Literally.
Yeah. Did you see Reva's reaction when she was there looking for Leia in the little bunker?
Yeah.
And she got towards the end of the tunnel and she saw the writings on the wall and she saw one particular one.
Well, she saw basically the Jedi moniker. She saw like that in the writing and what was actually meant, the inscriptions. So that kind of took her back. But at the same time, you can see that even in that one small moment when she kind of let it down, she got even more angrier because she's like, wait a minute, this is what I remember, but I remember moments that were taken away from me as well.
Exactly. So people saying that her acting is like, pish posh or over the top or whatever, cringe, whatever words they want to, flip at this time and age. No, she's playing her character. Her character is damaged and she's emotional and she's playing through it. Through the dark side, you know what I mean? Being a Inquisitor, and I think this is something that's gonna pace out real well. It's just that we have to be patient.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Like once it's all done. Two questions here. I do have a super chat I want to address here in a second, but Tremble Dust. Yeah, I don't know either. Right? Obi-Wan's brother canon, or is this the first time we heard? Because that's the first time I heard he had a brother.
His brother's Anakin.
Is that what he's alluding to?
No. He has another brother.
He was taken away at a young age.
He remembers a brother. He remembers that he actually had another brother. But his brother, he had another brother, but his brother wasn't force sensitive.
See what I'm saying? Because when he was talking to Leia and saying, I too, didn't know my parents or my family. I was taken to the Jedi Order at a young age to be trained. Yeah, I have vague memories,
His brother wasn't force sensitive. Ben was.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking too. It's probably the first time
that
we
story
heard.
Was a little fob, and then he told a little truth in between it. That's what I thought. That's how I took it.
It could be. But either way, that's the first time I think we've heard of that. Real quick, Barrett with a $6.99 super chat. Thank you, my man. He says Kenobi running and Vader sneaking up on him was stupid. The 7-foot tall MFer with his asthmatic breathing played through the speaker. Well, I mean, if you think of it in that sense, maybe because he is tall and but man, I don't know. It was dark and kind of cool.
Michael Myers.
Like with all the fog and I know what you mean though, right? Because Vader's this huge imposing guy, but I think it was really interesting. I think it was really, really interesting in the fact that that one scene when it's like the sabers went out and it was dark and there was this, I don't know if it was fog or the dust from the ground. But your vision's kind of hazy, whatever's going on in the air right there while it's real dark, and then then boom, all of a sudden there he is. I don't know, there was something about it. There's this tension.
I know what it is.
What is
the
it?
Dark side of the Force. We're seeing it in full effect. It's the dark side of the Force, man. It's the dark side of the Force. Because think about how he's using certain things to sneak up around. Yeah, granted, he's a 7-foot tall, apparatus breathing, walking around, and that's what you hear all the time. And on top of that, he has LED lights, popping out. But if he's using the Force, the dark side of the Force, he can make all that disappear and just mess with him.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, you got to also remember that Obi-Wan right now isn't fully weak. He's not fully connected to the Force. Bro.
Oh no, 10 years out of the game.
Force. Yeah. He disconnected himself from the Force, but at the same time, right now, he's he's connected to Anakin off of visions, and he's taunted right now at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Really bad. Like you could feel it. Like I could relate to Obi-Wan on this. It's believable. Like how he's portraying, like, oh shit, he's alive. This is what he is. He's terrified. He's been hiding and suppressing his force powers for a decade. You know, he's a little rusty, and that's okay. It's believable to me. Moz Toybox though, man, what's up, Moz? So what really bugged me, and I agree with you, is that the third sister knew who Vader was. In canon, only the Emperor and then later on Thrawn knew who Vader was. I don't understand that yet either. I don't know if there's an explanation to this.
Mafia,
my understanding is the same. The Emperor and Thrawn are the only ones that knew.
What have they been saying about what have they been saying about canon, bro?
I don't know. Yeah. What have they been saying?
What is Disney been saying about canon? They pick and choose, bro.
They pick and choose what canon is. But here's the thing:
they really pick and choose, and we just gotta wait and see how it plays out in the end. You know, you never know.
Who said only 3 people knew who Vader was? Who said that?
Well, I mean, in the books, I know
in the books,
sure,
but it's saying that those specific individuals knew. It's not saying that anybody else may not have known. And keep in mind that she was at the temple when Vader showed up. Right. Anakin knew they once knew Vader now. You feel me? So we didn't really see the rest of how this was played out at that temple. We didn't see it. We don't know because remember, like a lot of those Force sensitives, they were given, you know, ultimatums. Either you join, become an Inquisitor, or you die. A lot of younglings died, but a lot of Force sensitives didn't. They were converted. Because even they let you know now that a lot of those Force sensitives, even in the show that were captured, they were taken away, never be seen again. But a lot of them were converted. There's more than one. You know what I mean? So again, there's a lot that kind of plays itself out. We just got to kind of wait.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see it that way. It doesn't necessarily mean it's blanketed in from till the end of time that only 2 people knew. Because prior to Thrawn being canon, right, when they are to the Empire books, those are amazing books. Recommend reading them anyway. But in the canon novels, like Beskar Kid mentioned, Thrawn figured it out. He's smart. But before we even knew a Thrawn exists, you see what I'm saying? So now there's another character. I kind of get it. I kind of say, okay, I get it. There's something new going on here. Not everybody knows who he is, but so we're going to have to see how it plays. But Carlos, $2 super chat real quick. He said maybe we'll see Kenobi's nephew in Mando as a Jedi. Maybe.
Possible. That's possible. But I wanted to ask, correct me if I'm wrong.
Thank you, Carlos.
Wasn't there a hollow puck that shows Emperor Palpatine over Vader? Vader's kneeling down and he says, "Rise, Darth Vader," on a hollow puck, while Yoda and Obi-Wan was watching it in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
And didn't they put that in the recap?
I don't know.
Well,
I'm not sure. I can't remember. Possibly.
From what I'm gathering,
that's data. That's information. That puck could be with anybody in the Empire and be like, okay, this is data. This is things you need to know, you know. Or maybe she just like, okay, I looked through the archives or whatever. Or maybe just Vader just outright told her as fuel. Like I was saying before, that's fuel for the fire. Like, I know what you want. Get me Obi-Wan Kenobi. Tell him this.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, I get that. But I don't know. I there's some things we obviously just don't know. I think maybe like Reva, I don't know how to pronounce her name. Reva. When she's looking through archives, maybe she saw that, like what you're talking about too. The Jedi archives. Like, you know, how Yoda and Obi-Wan saw Anakin, the whole, you know, the Obi-Wan Deluxe piece I have, you know, that piece. You know, that could be. I think it'll all be, for the most part, explained when the show's done. And things that are left out, unfortunately, some things are left up to our imagination, some things are ambiguous, or as we've seen, some things are explained in the novels or the visual dictionary books and like weird, you know what I mean? I've noticed that, like, if you watch the sequel trilogies and then you look through the visual dictionaries or even the novelizations of the books, there's a lot more story in there. and there's a lot more explanations. So it's tough, man. But real quick, Barrett, again, thank you so much, man. It's $7 super chat. It says, why did Vader just watch the loader droid walk away with Kenobi 20 feet from him? I don't know either. Because after they fought, I forgot her name, the Imperial, the double agent. You know, she shot the stormtrooper, and let the droid run off. I don't know if Vader's just like, you know what? I'm not going to try to. I'm looking at it in my head like
he's toying
like,
with it right now, bro.
Kind of, yeah.
Because he said it's a slow suffering. He wants them to suffer slowly. The thing is, it's like, bro, I mean, if you take this from, even, historical events, you want to meet your opponent. Do you want to meet your opponent at the weakest point? Nah, because you want a challenge. You know what I mean? But you also want to see him suffer. He wants a long suffering with Obi-Wan. Just a taste. Just a taste to know that, yo, I'm here. And you're going to feel what I felt for the last 10 years.
That's very true. Like, I think, because like right now where we're at, that's like, okay, here's your initial confrontation after not seeing each other for whatever time. Yeah. He's like, I'm going to burn you. I'm going to make you feel like what I felt. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, that skirmish is over. I want him to run away in fear because this shit ain't over yet. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely not over
that
yet.
Is the true villain.
It's definitely not over yet. Because even when we look at that concept art, it looks like both Vader and Obi-Wan are on Mustafar fighting again. It looks like it.
It looks like it.
It looks like it could be something else. It could be a totally different, but it looks like it. And I think
they said that they were going to fight twice in this show.
Yeah, there's going to be a couple confrontations, bro, and I can't wait.
So yeah, I'm pretty stoked. The Terminator. What is up, my dude? Thank you so much. Just became a channel member. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that. Yeah. The Terminator. Hell yeah, man. One of the best movies. One of the best movies. I like Terminator more than Terminator 2. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion, but
Terminator is a horror movie. Terminator 2 is an action movie.
Maz can have a decent point too. I think Maz has an excellent point right there too. He said he let him run away because Reva has Leia. Could be.
That could be.
Could be. But
trying to get through all the chat here.
This is the problem. This is the problem, though. This is the problem.
We didn't see that though.
Why saw would Vader? Because that's the thing. Is like Vader. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I just got. You know what? I'm not going to say shit. I'm just going to let it play out. And then after the season's over, I'm going to come back to these moments and be like, okay, they have to explain this to me. Why did this happen?
Right, because we don't know just yet. Maybe they will resolve these questions. And if not, then that's what we're going to be like.
Right now, I'm replaying the moment that you and Mandalorian Huntress watched this. In my mind, I'm just sitting up there like, Mafia was probably like, Parlez-vous français? You want some of this specific wine? And she's probably like, oh, Mafia, could you just pour me a cup? Yes, I got you. And you had a napkin draped over his arm.
I got you right now.
He has a vivid imagination. I'll give you that.
I got you right now. Look.
Right. and yo, you can see Mafia smelling the wine like, yes, this is for you.
I would shake it, let it breathe a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's how you do it. Oh, yeah. If only. No, we had to, yeah. That would be nice. I'm going to say this. At the very end of this episode, Leia did not get captured. What happened was the person that was supposed to take Leia away was killed by Reva. Reva was there, and Leia saw the body. She turned around and ran, and
Reva was after her. So we don't know if she got captured yet. We just have to see the exact. We can assume that it probably happened.
No assumptions here. We didn't see it. It didn't happen yet.
Well, we don't know because it cut to credits. So we're not
sure. Cut to credits. We can assume, but we don't know specifically that she got captured. Maybe she ran because that little girl. Put it this way. I mean. If Leia was running away from those pirates, those 3 pirates that headed up by Flea, you know what I mean, like, and not one of them could catch her. I'm guessing.
Yeah, and I'll just Carlos had a comment on that too, but let me hit his super chat real quick. $5 super chat. Thank you, Carly. Says, has anyone officially said that non-live action is canon or any parts of it? Yeah, officially, yeah. They said Clone Wars and Rebels is canon.
It's canon.
And thank you so much, Carlos. But he also said if Leia can use her cheetah feet to get away from 3 kidnappers and Kenobi, she better be able to get away from Reva.
Unless Reva uses the Force and snatches her up in midair.
Yo, it said cheetah feet. That's it.
Well, yeah, oh yeah, man.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. That chase scene in the woods when she did that nice little baseball slide, I was like, okay,
bro, she was dipping, bro. Cheetah feet.
That's people were like, oh man, it looked kind of fake. You can see the guy trip over cheetah feet. I'm like, come on, man, it's harkening back to like Home Alone and stuff like that. Come on, antics. You know what I mean? You got 2 robbers trying to rob a house with a
and she's a little badass little kid too.
She's a badass. Yeah,
she's a little badass little kid, bro.
Listen, my daughter could outrun me if I wasn't like so aggressive.
Yes,
and I'm telling you right now,
definitely can outrun me, man. Any little kid can outrun me with these knees.
Damn,
straight up.
Yeah, I feel that.
Damn. My knees are these knees are gone.
Hey, Tremble Dust brings up a good point. We thought that as well, man. Surprised they got James Earl Jones to voice Vader.
And you know what? Here's the thing. So remember this, bro. When we got James Earl Jones to voice Vader in Rogue One, people were complaining like, "Yo, he sounds a bit old. Like he sounds like an old Vader." He kind of did though,
but he didn't hear.
He didn't hear. Like he sounded like the Vader that we knew. So I'm wondering if they used some technology to kind of like. You know what I mean?
And
but here's the only thing. I need to get a beefier TV because even when Vader was talking, it sounded kind of low. Like it didn't sound as bassy. I got to get a surround sound, man. I got a big ass 60-something inch screen TV, but no surround sound. The bass wasn't there. Because I'm going to watch it again tonight. I'll probably watch it 4 times already. I'm going to watch it again tonight.
100.
Look at it. We kept talking about which characters would become hot toys during the show. I see.
Hi, Huntress.
You have to. You had to. We had to. We were... she's like, that stormtrooper is getting fucking made. I was like, yeah, I think you're right. And then the droid, I think that droid would be really cool.
Yeah, I would love that droid. I would like to get 2 of them and customize one in a paint job. Make like a little breakdancing robot for me. In Star Wars.
Well, but I'm all for it. I'm all for droids, especially the I don't know what that droid is. The protocol droid. That it's not the interrogator droid. What is the droid? It's from the original trilogy that we just saw again.
That's the
Sideshow made it years ago too, if you remember.
It's losing my freaking mind. I know
somebody in chat knows. I just don't remember the name. The name
of the droid.
Carlos says at the end, we all want to love this show, which is why we're being so critical. With that said, those things being said about the actress is just fucked up, and I agree, 100%. Yeah. There's no room for that at all.
Yeah.
It's just that's just bullshit stuff, man. That shouldn't really be happening anywhere in life. Probe droid. Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. Probe.
You hear that?
I hear something. Got some music playing.
That's the music that y'all were playing when y'all were watching last night's episode.
No, we couldn't have music on. We wouldn't be able to listen. All right, the music comes after, my dude. That was
after the episode. But nah, Carlos, I definitely agree. And here's the thing, bro. Like I said, we can have these disagreements about whether this is a sucky character or not, or the way it was written, or if the actress. That's completely fine. It's the minute that they start saying that horrible shit, and she was posting it, bro. She posted everything that was said, and it's bad when Ewan McGregor himself has to step up. When Hayden Christensen has to come out and make a statement. Disney comes out and make a statement. Everybody's rallying behind this whole thing because that was terrible, bro. The thing is, the reason why, and just imagine if this was said about her. Imagine all the stuff that was basically said about Ahmed Best back in the day.
Oh.
A lot of stuff that he got that almost drove him from jumping off the Brooklyn Bridge. You feel me?
Yeah. See,
like literally imagine all that was actually said, man. Like that's insane, bro. It's incredible. It's really insane. Like we just, bro, people. But again, those people that said that aren't really Star Wars fans, bro. They're not. I don't really want to call them Star Wars fans, bro. Because when your passion drives you to say something like that, knowing that we live in a universe where aliens are the minorities or the majority, and put it that way.
Yeah, and humans.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Like, let's just be real. Let's really be real.
You know what it is? Everyone wants perfection, and like I said, we live in a spoiled world now. iPhones, we're in the Jetsons right now. Everybody could push a button and get food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Literally, you could push a button and get food. Now, we're spoiled, and a lot of people are more spoiled and privileged than others. And some just gotta be like, all right, you know what? Let me take a step back and just use my brain. Exactly. Forget everything else. Use the brain.
Use the brain.
And let it,
it's true.
And let it work. You know what I mean? And that's why I like the people that I converse when it comes to stuff like this, because we let the brain function the way it's supposed to. All the electrolytes and sparks fly in the mind. You know what I mean? And I don't have to say anything wrong. I could just say one word and boom, someone else gets what I'm saying, and then boom, they'll finish the sentence. You know what I mean? It's just like minds think alike. And
got my saber. Got my.
What you got? What you got? What you got?
Yeah, you do.
Which one?
Yeah,
I got my OG Luke. I got my OG Luke, bro.
Oh,
this is what
nice.
I wanted, and I got my OG Luke, bro.
Nice.
I wanted this OG Luke, and I finally got it, bro. I got my OG Luke. This is what I wanted from Return of the Jedi. This is my favorite saber of all time, bro. And I finally seen it, and I finally got a chance to get it. I'm gonna send Mario some money to get my Ahsoka. But yes, I'm so happy. I wanted to get more than one, but you have to understand that I was basically flying on a particular flight that, if I'd have took more than one, it would have probably been a problem. But yeah, this it's a beautiful piece, bro.
Bro, I'm really considering getting a lightsaber. It's just,
bro, once you get one, you can't stop there, bro. Because to have these things in hand, the Vader. See, the thing is, I was going to get the Vader, but they didn't have the Vader inside the park. The Vader was actually downtown Disney. So, yeah. But this piece, oh my God. Yeah, and, wait a minute. Me and Mario also got this piece too.
See, I love the cases they come in. And this is legacy ones, right?
Yeah, this is from Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge, right? Oh, yeah.
Original Ralph McQuarrie artwork.
That's sick.
Print.
Ooh.
We basically got this. So Mario got one. I got one as well, bro. Like, this piece right here is well worth it. I love it.
So badass.
Oh, it doesn't stop there either. Real quick before I go.
Yeah. Because I know we got to wrap here in a minute.
Because I couldn't leave without getting my baby. You know that, right?
Oh, you know if there's a Leia out there print, you get us.
No.
Who you got this time? You got.
Oh,
Jyn Erso. Excuse me.
Yeah, look at that Rogue One.
Yeah, I couldn't leave without getting my baby, bro. So
that's
I had
badass.
to do that. So
that is badass.
Yeah.
Mandalorian says, enough on Reva. The topics overshadowing Vader's performance that was savage. I was blown away by it.
Yes.
I was like, dude. Yeah, me and her were both like,
yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, that was the high. Like, for me, that was the highlight.
Yeah.
Of the whole episode. I mean, I love everything we're seeing so far, but when we saw Vader, I was like, oh shit, he's landing. Like, that's him.
And
like,
just imagine that they gave us that earlier on, which means there's so much more, bro.
That's what I'm
there's
saying.
So much more. So much more.
Well, I never seen him like we've never seen him like that.
Hell no. Savage, bro. Breaking necks.
Shit.
I mean, we got close to that in Rogue One, but this was
kind of, yeah, like right at the end, but
yeah, dude. This was savage. Like, he was breaking necks, dragging people while he was choking them. Yeah.
He wasn't playing.
He wasn't playing.
Dude, he literally like forced Obi-Wan to stay put like force pushed him into the floor while it was burning, and it's like, oh no, you're gonna sit there for a little bit. You can't move. You're gonna burn.
Until he baked him a little bit, and then he pushed him out.
Yeah. He's like, you don't feel heat, but you're not touching the fire.
I was actually kind of like, my jaw was kind of like hanging on that moment, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I saw that. I was like,
when he lit the ground like that on fire, and I was like, oh shit, what's he gonna do? And then he just like kept him there. Yeah. I was like, bro, that is like pure hatred for Obi-Wan. Because you could just, that emotion was, dude,
that right there was so on point. I saw that and I automatically went right back to freaking Revenge of the Sith. I said, yo, it just flashed back right into Revenge of the Sith. And it's like, okay, this is Annie. He's like, I hate you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he still got it all in him, dude. Remember, Anakin has nobody. So, he blames Obi-Wan for everything. Mm-hmm. Even though it's not his fault. But he has nobody, bro. Like, he has absolutely nobody left in his life. The Emperor, like, whatever. You know what I mean? That's nothing. So, seeing that, like, everything he's lost, everything he used to be, going back just from, like, even his youth and being screwed over, and then having his mom taken out by the Tusken Raiders and all this, like, it's bad, man.
Yep.
Absolutely. Andrew James, what's up, dude? What's going on, man? Said, dude, not a huge Star Wars fan, but I just finished episode 3 and that was epic.
Mm-hmm.
It was, bro. Yeah. It was really, really good. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't exactly his last words were GG. Good game, bro. Right? Like, it was, he's got it in him. He has got it in him. So, guys, I think we're going to wrap, man. That was pretty good. Just wanted to kind of get in and talk for about an hour or so.
I got to jump off here and get ready for the next show.
Yeah, I know Lael's got his show going on right now. So, we'll probably just, you guys know, if not, check out Lael 16 Skill, man. Link in the description. Local Lou as well.
Oh, yeah, because I got some stuff, bro. Because this just came in for me, right? Mm-hmm. And I know Lael, he already put this guy through the ringer, freaking Iron Spider. But my coworker, Diz, that he wants to be referred as Diz, but it's David Z. That's my boy. He's the one who's been training me at work, right? But he's a fellow collector. So he's been, like, yo, I'll give you some content for your channel. So this is a DX19 Batman. So I'll be doing a review on the DX19 Batman. And he wants me to bust this one out too. This is the Asmus Gandalf.
He's just straight up hooked it up to you right there.
He's just like, yo,
I didn't know he handed it to you then.
Oh, no. It was right then and there. These are fresh out the box. He's like, I want you to open them, review them, and let me know how awesome these are, and then wrap them back up and give it to them. Just content for the channel, not for me, but content for the channel. You know what I mean? Much love and respect, and big shout out to D.
No doubt. Let me dip out, man. I got to get ready for the show, but man, thanks for having me here, Lou. I'll see you in a little bit. I'll see everybody in a bit. Everybody out there in the chat, man, appreciate y'all. Everybody I met at the Celebration panel, actually at Celebration, love y'all. Can't wait to the next one. Next one is in Europe, and I'm definitely going to try to get to that one. But yep, tune in tonight. We will have the Force of May giveaway tonight. The winner will be announced tonight. Okay. Yeah, we're going to announce the winner tonight. So definitely tune in for that. And yeah, I will see y'all later, man. Peace out, Mafia. Thanks for having me. If Mandalorian Hunters, if you out there, wines on me next time. I'll give y'all some grapes and everything. So we got you.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Talk to y'all later.
All right, Lael. All right, later, brother. All right. We're gonna probably wrap here too in just a second. I just want to address the super chat real quick.
Sounds good.
The Terminator, hasta la vista, baby. Thank you so much for the super chat, brother. I want to show you guys before I leave, because we do have to go. I got Moff Gideon in today. If you guys have not seen him, I'm gonna bring myself up real quick, man. I just want you to behold. He's badass.
Oh man, I can't wait.
He's badass. The sculpt is really good.
He's one of my favorite actors, bro. Like,
yeah,
seriously.
dude, this is a badass figure. If you guys are on the fence, don't be. He's awesome. He's awesome, and that's all I'm gonna say. He's awesome. So I'm super excited. I'll probably do a review on him. I haven't done a review in a little while, so just wanted to show you guys. He's badass. Off the Moth. Yep, he's pretty badass, dude. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. We're gonna jet road to 2K, man. Like, subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in the I don't know when, soon,
next week.
Well, definitely Saturday night, but
Saturday night, yeah.
My Saturday night stream for sure, but
talking about spoiler talk, baby.
Well, I don't know. Well, we just spoiler talked it, so next week, I guess.
Next week, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Next week.
We'll do some more. We got 3 more episodes, but until then, we'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace out. Whoops.